Hello and welcome to our 29th session where we are going to control animation through code. See, we have successfully created the illusion that the player is moving at high speed through the scene. But let me ask you something. How on earth is he going so fast without moving his legs? How is he jumping without bending his knees? And how does he remain so calm after crashing into the fence? These are very difficult questions indeed. But luckily, we won't have to answer them because by the end of this session, your character will have incredible animation for running, jumping, and even being knocked unconscious. To pull this off, we will have to become very familiar with something called an animation controller. You may not be surprised to learn that an animation controller is something that controls a character's animation. It is a weird diagram looking things with boxes representing various states that the player can be in, like running or jumping, each of which has a unique animation. There are also transitions between each of these states, where for example, the player can go from running to jumping or from standing to dying. So in our player controller script, we just need to program the if statements that will control when the character transitions from one state to another. For example, if the player presses spacebar, then transition from a running state to a jumping state. Or if the player runs into an obstacle, then transition from a running state to a dying state. Well, to make this all happen, let's dive into Unity. As usual, first let's launch Unity Hub. Coming to projects, you can start from the previous session, or if you doesn't have the previous session files, don't worry, come into new project, and in project name I will name it as Jumping Force 6 and choosing the universal 3D SRP core template, and in eUnity project location I will now click on create project. Now as the project gets created, if you come into the YouTube video page or in your e-learning page, scroll down, in description you have been provided with a Patreon link. Click on this Patreon link. It will bring you to the Junior Programmer Series Patreon page. Scroll down fully. You have a file 29 jumping game add animation start. Click on this Unity package to download it. When the Unity gets launched, in the project window, come into this README file, and in the inspector URP empty template, this is not needed. Click on remove README asset and click here proceed. Now if your layout is not looking like what you are seeing here, then you can come to the right hand side layout and select the Satvik layout. And if you doesn't have Satvik layout, come to the Patreon page, and here you are provided with a link to satvik_layout.wlt. Click and download it. Come here into the layout, choose load layout from file, and in the download, select the downloaded file and click on open. Now come into the project panel, choose asset, right click, come into import package, custom package, browse to the download folder, and you have downloaded this package. Select this package and click on open. Now in the import Unity package dialog box, see that all is selected and click on the import button. Open scenes, and you have the jumping_game scene here. Double click to open this. Now if we come into the player, and if I select it, below this transform component, you have a new component called as the animator component. You have the controller simple character 5 and avatar is the simple form character avatar. Now this animation controller simple character 5, if I select it and if I double click it, this is going to open an entirely new window. This is called as the animator window, and you can also open this by coming into window, animation, and choose the animator panel. You have one animation panel and another one, and also you have animator parameters. So I will close this. Now coming into this animator parameter, what you are right now seeing is an entry and exit button. If I middle mouse click and move, it is going to get panned. If I roll the mouse back, it gets zoomed out. I roll the mouse up, it gets zoomed in. You have an idle animation, and right now it appears yellow because the current state of my character is idle animation. Now you can also see some arrow mark here. The arrow mark indicates the transition. See, from any state there are no transition at all. Right now, if I play the game and check it, see, as the play is going on, you can see the animation is going in the idle. I will stop the playback. You can also select this idle animation, and if I come into the inspector, you have motion, speed, motion type, cycle offset, and also transitions. When I double click here in the inspector, you have 4 tabs. You have model, rig, animation, and material. Now if I come into the animation tab and if I scroll down, see here you have different kind of animation that is present in this clip. Start and end duration, frame number, and you have so many animations here, and right now it is in the idle animation. And now if I scroll down fully and you have one idle, if I just pull it out and make it bigger, here you can see the preview of this animation. You also have a play button here. See, this is the animation preview. Then this idle is connected on the left hand side to work static, and you see 2 arrow marks here. So now if I select walk static and if I double click it and if I play it, see, in this case the player is walking but he is not actually moving forward. I will stop the playback. Then you have run static and double click it. If I play the animation, you can see he is running at the same position. I will stop the playback. However, on the right hand side, it is connected from idle to walk. If I select the right hand walk and if I double click and open it and if I play the animation, he is now not only walking but he is moving forward. So I will stop the playback. Similarly, if I select run, double click and open it, if I play it, see, he is running forward. So now I will stop the playback. You have one transition, idle to work static, and if I click on this arrow here, if I select the arrow, automatically you see in the inspector this changes to transition. You have idle to work static transition and you have a timeline here and you can see the transition here. So now if I play it and check it, see, initially he is idle, then he will start walking. There is no sudden jump. Similarly, on the right hand side, if I select the reverse arrow here and if I play it, he is initially walking and slowly comes to stop. So now if I stop this, if I middle mouse click, move up, and if I select the other arrow here from idle to grenade throw, if I play it and check it, see, he is idle, then he takes a grenade and throws it. So I will stop the playbacks. We have different state of animation. All these actual animations are created in softwares like Blender or Maya. We call this process as rigging. And then we export it as an FBX file. And in Unity, we are only going to organize these animations with different names like walk, run static, walk static. And we can create this linking, how it moves from idle to walk, walk to idle. We can create this transition. You will be understanding how to use this Animator controller in detail in the later session. So right now, let us concentrate what we are doing in our game. If I press space, he has to jump. As soon as the game starts, he should start running. So we are going to incorporate all this logic now. How are these transitions going to happen? So now, for example, you have selected this transition from idle to work static. And if you come into the inspector, you have a panel called condition. And it is saying that static B is true and speed underscore F should be greater than 0.25. So now this means that when the value or the speed crosses 0.25, the player will start walking. If I come into the animator and if I choose the parameter, so I will make this panel a little bigger. So now the speed F is set to 0. Instead of 0, I will make it more than 0.25. I will make it 0.3. And then if I play the game, because it is 0.3, it moves from here to walk static. It is moving from idle into walk static. So now I will stop the playback. If I want it to move to run static, so if I select this and if you say, if the speed is more than 0.5, he is going to start running. If I come here and set the parameter to 0.6 and if I play the game and if I check it, so now See, it's running now. So now I will stop the playback. As soon as I start the game, see the background starts moving. So if it slowly moves from stationary to walk and to run, this is looking odd. So I will stop the playback. As soon as the game starts, he should start running. I will come into the animator and in run static, I will right click and choose set as layer default state. And when I click on it, you can now see this entry is directly connected to run static. Also, I will come here and set the speed F to 1. And now when I have selected run static, in the inspector also you have speed. So now I will double this speed because he looked little slow. So I will keep it 2. And then if I come and play back and if I check this, he is running. If I press spacebar, he jumps, but even when he jumps, he keeps running. So let us solve this issue now. So now I will stop the playback. How can I trigger the jump animation in this? If I come into the animator, if I come into the layers part, you can see here you have different layers, movement, head, idles, and you have one option here, jumping. And when you select jumping and move into here, so I have different animations here. Idle to jumping, walk to jumping, and right now he is running and he is jumping. So I will come here and I will select this transition, run to jumping, and in the inspector if I play and see it, see, I can see he is just pushing a little to jump. See, I can see that push animation. This has a condition, jump trig should be on, it should be triggered. So I will stop the playback. I will come back here to parameters, and in parameter I will make this window slightly bigger. You have an option here called as jump trig. This is something, it appears like a boolean switch on or off. Remember the name with J capital. If I trigger this jump trig, then he is going to jump. That is the logic. And now where can I trigger this? So if I come here for the player, we have attached this player controller, and this is where he is jumping. We have given the jump force. So I will come here into asset, I will close course library, and I will select now script, open script, and here I will select the player control script and double click to open this. And if it asks me to trust the author, click on yes, I trust the author. And in this case, I have to add a reference to my animator component. After the 6th line, I will press enter, add 2 forward slashes, create a variable to hold animator component. Now I will press enter and I will keep this private. The type of this variable is animator, and I am going to give it the name as player A capital anim, and I will end it with semicolon. And if you come to start, after this physics gravity, I will press and enter, add 2 forward slashes. Now I have to assign the animator component to the variable. So I will press enter. I will call this player anim, and this will be equal to get component, and again I will use lesser than greater than sign, and inside this the component I am going to call is the animator component. Come out of greater than sign, add 2 open brackets and end it with semicolon. So now I have player anim is referred to our animator component, and if I scroll down, the jumping is actually happening in this on jump method. When is on ground is true, the jumping will happen, and here after the first line, player RB add force, I will press enter, and here I am going to call my player anim, add a period, and here you have a function called SetTrigger. And what trigger I have to add? Open close bracket, end it with semicolon, and inside this bracket I will add inverted comma and I will call jump underscore trig, where J is capital. Now adding these lines to the script, I will come to file and save it. And now if I come back to Unity, allow the script to compile, I will also keep this animator window open here. I will play the game, if I see the game running, whenever I press space, see you can see the running jump is triggered. I will press and I will jump it. See the jump animation is triggering, but if I press again spacebar, he is not jumping. There is some issue now. If I stop the playback and if I come into window, general, and in console window, if I see, you are getting an error, ground is not defined. If I close this and if I come back to scene, I will select this ground, and in the hierarchy also I will select the ground, and in the inspector if you see, somehow the tag ground is not attached here. So I will come into tag, I doesn't have the ground tag at all. I will click on add tag and I will click the plus button here. I will type ground with G capital and click the save button. I will again select ground, come over here and choose the ground tag. I will come to file, save it. And now if I again execute it and if I check it, so every time I click he is jumping. So if I come into the animator panel now, I will stop and I will again play back. See in the animator panel also, when I press space he is jumping. See, he is jumping. You can see the jump animation triggering every time when I press space. And once it touches the obstacle, this jump is stopped. So now I will stop the playback. To make all this animation look more realistic, let's add some realistic values. In the animator now, if I come into the layers, in jumping, I will select this running jump and the speed is set to 1. I am going to slightly reduce it to around 0.7. Then I will come into the player and you can see right now the weight of my player is set to 1 kg. But in reality, the weight of humans will be approximately 60 kgs. So I will set the mass of the player to 60 kgs. And similarly, if I come into the prefab, I will select obstacle, open it, and the mass of my obstacle is 1 kg. So I will set it to around 10 kg. Then I will click the arrow here back and come out. Then coming back to player, if I scroll down, I will increase the jump force to around 500 because I will increase the weight. Now I will go to file, save this. If I execute the game and if I just check it, see when he is jumping, now it is more realistic. So we have made this animation look a little more realistic. Now the next issue that we have to solve is, after he has hit, he keeps on running. So when he hits an obstacle, he has to now fall down. So we are going to address this issue now. Stop the playback. Let us now first figure out where exactly we have this death animation. So in this animator panel, and if I come here, you have movement head, idles, and if you scroll down, you have one death panel here, and if I select it and with middle mouse button I will pan it, and you can see you have alive, then you have entry, and from alive it is actually going to go into falling. So if I select falling, double click to open it. Now if I play and see it, see you can see the falling animation. From the falling animation, you have different type of deaths. You have death 1, and if I double click, open it, and if I play it, see he falls down like this, and if I stop it, below that you have dead 1, and if I double click and test it, see this is where he is just slowly going to be completely dead. Another one I have death 2, if I double click it, and if I play it, he is falling down to the front. I doesn't want him to fall front, I want him to fall back. So I am going to use this death 1 animation. Here I have the transition. So now if I select this transition, and if I come into the preview and see it, see he is going to fall down like this. I will stop it, and here I will reduce the preview size, and here the condition for this transition to happen is, there is a variable called death underscore b, it should be set to true, and the death type integer value should be equal to 1. So if these two conditions are met, then this animation is going to play. I will stop the animation here. Where can I add this animation? If I come into the hierarchy player, I am again going to use my player controller script. So in asset, I will close course library, come into the player control script, double click to open it. And if you scroll down, all this falling down and crashing is happening in this function on collision enter. If the object to which it is colliding is ground, then we have added is on ground is equal to true. If the tag is obstacle, here after this open flower bracket, I will press enter, and now I am going to call my player anim again. So I will call player anim. I am going to call this one function called as SetBoolean. In open close bracket, I will end it with semicolon, and inside here I have to give two values. One is the name of the Boolean variable and its value. The first name is a string, inverted comma, and inside that with correct spelling, I will add death_b. And I will come out of this inverted comma, add comma, and I will set its value to true. Press enter. I will call this player anim, and this time I am going to call the SetInteger function. And even in this case, add open close bracket, end it with semicolon, and inside this I will add inverted comma, and inside that I will type death_type underscore int, and I will close the inverted comma, and I will come out of this, add a comma, and the value I have to set is 1. Then I will go to file, and I am going to save this script. Now come back to Unity, allow the script to compile. I will keep this animator death window open here, and now if I play the game and if I check it, see the player is running, and as soon as the obstacle comes, see he fell down. You can see how the animation is triggering here. So I will stop the playback and I will again play it and show it to you. See now he runs, and you observe in the animator now. So death 1 is triggered, then dead 1 is triggered. One more issue we have here is, once he is dead, if I now press the space bar, see he is jumping. So after he is dead, if I press the space bar, this jumping should not happen. Stop the playback. Again, I will come here into the player control script, and if you scroll down, here in this function on jump, we were testing for a condition. If the player is on ground, only then he has to jump. The logic I am going to use is, once he is on ground, and also the game should not be over. This we had declared one boolean here, is game over. If this is game over is true, then he should not jump. So the condition here I will test is on ground, and with that I have to test one more condition. Press space, and I will add 2 ampersand sign, and I am now going to declare is game over 2 equals false. Instead of writing this statement so long, the other way is, instead of adding 2 equal signs, I can add 1 exclamation mark and 1 equals. Instead of false here, I am going to write true. So this statement is also right, but the shortest way to write this is, I will delete everything here, and just before is game over, I am going to add an exclamation mark. When I add an exclamation mark before a boolean, it means that value will be false. I will go to file, save it. Now I will come back to Unity, allow the script to compile. Now if I play the game and if I check it, see he runs, and as soon as he comes near the obstacle, he falls down. Now if I press the space, he is not jumping. Now I will stop the playback. One last thing that I want to show is, background and my obstacles are moving very slow. So to make it move faster, I will just come here into this MoveLeft script, double click to open it, and we had set the speed to 10f. I am going to increase this speed to 15f. Then go to file and save it. Then I will come back here to Unity, and we have attached this to the background. So in MoveLeft, see here still the value is still 10. Come on the right side and I will reset it. Now it is set to 15. And also if I come to my prefab obstacle and if I open it, even for this obstacle I have MoveLeft script. I will come on the right hand side and I will reset it to 15. Now go to file, save it, And now if I execute the game and check it, now it is coming a little faster and the game is little tougher. See, he is jumping, and when he is jumping, if he comes and crashes, he falls down. So I will stop the playback, and with this we are going to conclude this session. In our next session, we are going to make our game more realistic by adding particle and sound effects.